What is your name?
Lily Weeks.
My name is Jay Givens.
My name is Amaya Sexton.
Ariel Marianne.
My name is Donald Washington.
My name is Philip Stowers.
My name is Daryl Harris.
No one has, vocally came on and been like, I'm gay or queer or anything like that. So I didn't really have like role models around that. See on TV, you don't see gay, we didn't see gay people on TV. That's like a new thing. So, I'm getting older and like realizing that I'm not actually sexually attracted. I'm attracted to men. I'm like, oh, he's cute, he's handsome. I think like my daughter's father, that was like the end of me being like, okay, yeah, this is definitely not for me. But I have a daughter and I'm glad she's here and I couldn't imagine it any other way.
I've always been a questioning person, not necessarily in my sexuality, but just like in general, I like to learn things. I like to explore, understand things deeper. So I just now, and by just now, I mean like a week ago, I saw this pin that said, it's okay to say gay. And so now I'm saying I'm gay because I've been questioned for over the last year and a half, 2 years. And so now, just now, by last week, it's okay to say gay. Like I said, I came up in a family that it was, whenever that was brought up, the subject of homosexuality, it was stigmatized and it was like God would not be okay with that. So I didn't even give myself space to really understand it, explore it, and express it. So 13 to like 25, pretty much, I was just like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I wanna get married, and, have the kids and do the thing that I feel is right before God. So I did get married. So there were things that he noticed that he was like, I kind of think you might, I kind of get in the sense that you might like girls as well. Maybe you're bisexual. It's been a real journey to get here. I'm a woman, I'm Black, I'm gay. It's all on the same level playing field to me.
Because growing up as a queer Black kid, my dad and I literally hated each other. Finding out that I'm trans, back in the day, we didn't know what trans was. We were just like, well, he's got a little sugar in his tank, is what my dad would say. But every person on the planet deserves someone to share their time with. And it doesn't matter what they identify as, it just matters for the connection. Right. So that has just afforded me so many great opportunities, that fan base. And being that I have light hair, light eyes, people have treated me differently within the Black community. A lot of other Black people are like, oh, you think you do good, you got the good hair. And it's like, this is just how I was born. Right. I would just say that, we all are uniquely unrepeatable.
Before I transitioned, I guess I would have been read as like a gay man, even though I didn't see myself in that way, right? But I guess that's how society saw me. Right. And so it wasn't until January of 2017 that I decided to get on hormones and start medically transitioning. Because I came out in October of 2016, and I came out to this sibling over text because that's just what I felt comfortable with at that time. I didn't have the courage to say it face to face because of past interactions regarding anything queer related or trans related. In the Black community, there is this dynamic of associating anything queer related. Overall, I am estranged from my sibling, but I've since reconnected with other family, and they've been accepting, right? Since I am also Black, there's almost this assumption that because I'm Black, I can't focus on transness, right? Being trans is already difficult enough, but when you are Black, you are suddenly dealing with two different waves of pushback.
I started identifying as non-binary about 2 years ago. For a while, I was like, oh, what? I was like very kind of the black sheep of the family. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that way. And for a long time, I was like, well, what is manhood? And I grew up in a poor area. I grew up surrounded by blackness, surrounded by black culture. So it was very important to keep that sense of blackness to myself. And queerness is a lot of time, being a queer person is very much so put into this white category. To be queer and to be black they're separate, even though they go hand in hand.
I knew from a very young age. I'd laugh because I can like go back and say almost each year of school who I had a crush on. And you sort of know young the way you're going to be. You like girls, you think they're cute, but you know that's not who you want to be with. So that was like third or fourth grade. It was young.
The concept of embracing, all of you who you are, but most specifically embracing in an organic way the male and the female portions of my being, of my spirit, of my personality. I respect everyone's need for clarification, and I respect, or for personal identification, I respect that, but I'm of that old school generation. I heard of it first from a Lakota tribe. And in those, essentially it's a person who is acknowledged for embracing both their maleness and their femaleness. And as I understood it, it was not necessarily defined by sexual preference. You weren't required to identify yourself as male or female. You embraced the both, and that's what attracted me. I did not look into it to see what the traditional manifestation of the identity was, because that wasn't my point. The point was me identifying who I am, and this particular culture offered a more reasonable explanation of that than Western.
I have a really good queer black community, or black queer community. So I don't really put myself in situations where there's a lot of hetero normative shit going on, because like I just don't feel safe in those spaces. We're West Indian, so they're like weird about it, but they're not they're not like, ooh, Alyssa's gay, Lily's gay. No, they're just like, okay, that's what you're doing now, and like say, okay, if it makes you happy, but they don't ask questions. I don't talk about it. But
this kind of hurts me a little bit that I don't, for the majority of my family, I don't feel comfortable and safe to just be completely be. They had a certain idea of me, and I kind of, in a way, obliterated an idea that they had of me. And so they're having a hard time accepting the reality of who I actually am and who I've been.
I feel old school drag is a bit dying. And so now, we used to put on just the harshest of makeup and huge hair and all this stuff, and everything is played down. But with the straight people coming to these LGBT events, we've had to kind of adjust to the people coming to it. But we have shows like Dragula and RuPaul's Drag Race, who is making drag mainstream. It's almost an everyday conversation in people's households, which is beautiful. But we have to remember the underground community, the voguing community, the Black women that threw the first stone at Stonewall, and the prides and things like that initiated all of this for us to be able to do what we're doing.
I don't think the Black community has gotten that far even on recognizing different gender identities. I think we're still very much on the, oh, this is a man and this is a woman kind of deal. So I think as far as they're concerned, I am the stereotype of any gay Black man, as they would say it. I don't like to limit myself to any sort of presentation. I like to go back and forth because it's all fun. Yeah, it's all. I mean, like I kind of see my clothing, my fashion as my like drag in a way. Like it's all fun. I'm just playing kind of dress up in a way, but it's like meaningful to me. I mean, I would want people to know that we exist. We're here. We're not going away, and we've been here all along.
The person that I am isn't defined by my sexual orientation. That's just a part of me. There's a whole lot of me that does a way more things, way different things, thinks very differently, loves to read, loves education, supports a lot of Black causes, supports gay causes, supports children's causes because of, I have a very large extended family of nieces and nephews and try to support them. I think I've been in more sports games and concerts than people who have kids because Uncle Phil's always there. Yeah. And I'm way more than just that. I'm way more than just a gay person. Right. I'm a whole person.
Race-wise, identify as Black, as you said. Religious-wise, I identify myself as a follower of Christ as opposed to a Christian. Same thing, but they mean different things to different people. Sex-wise, I need to business. People have a need or desire to label and to box so that they can understand. I think that it was teaching this course, I was taught race and gender course, it came up, and that was within the last 20, 15 years ago. So it came up, there was a video about a Lakota person who had been killed, presumably based on his expression of his duality. Recall recent challenges that were the result of that combination of being Black and what people will identify as queer.
I know some girls who have gotten bottom surgery. They've gotten a boob job. They've gotten a butt lift, a nip here, a tuck here, a pull back here. Right, they've gotten all the work done. Trans folks just want to live their life and be happy, just like everyone else. When we lift from the bottom, we lift from the top. Because when we lift up Black trans women, we lift up everyone. My goal is to provide trans folks, particularly younger trans folks, the resources that I wish I had to uplift, and support other trans folks as best as I can.